Hello, my name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to the Bazaar. We're going to be playing our daily free run on Vanessa here, and I am absolutely going to recoup my record. Which is to say, I'm not going to scrub out of this one. We're doing it well. And we'll be doing it with the fishing rod, maybe? Medium aquatic tool every 8 seconds. Give another aquatic item haste for 3 seconds. The real strength of this being at the start of each day, get a small aquatic item. Sure. I'm still gonna need to get damage online somehow though. Fiery, your burn items have +3 burn. I need to get multiple burn items to really be happy about that. Left-handed, your leftmost weapon deals +24 damage. That makes it a lot easier. I only have to get a single weapon online, and I could do that at the battlefield. Just get a small weapon of a random kind. Could also go to JJ's so that I have a choice. Obviously nothing in the inventory, Raps.
Ah, a friend. I mean, a customer.
Well, I'll do that. Star chart. Adjacent items have +10 crit and and have their cooldowns reduced by 10%, but also all of the docks events will be capable of working with the star chart. And if I take the double barrel and put that on board, it benefits from left-handed. Double barrel is every 2.7 seconds, courtesy of the star chart's reduction. Deal 39 damage twice, and it has a crit chance of 10. We will run out of ammo in fights because the double barrel is not upgraded. It just has some damage, courtesy of the left-handed at the moment. But we'll still win fights. Kyver drone or fanged inglet. I don't think it's banana ball. Kyver drone could have some crit or just some cooldown reduction for us that we care about.
See that plank? Walk it.
Stinger every 9 seconds, deal 5 damage and slow an item for 1 second. Also life steals. Pretty unlikely to put that on board. Middle sells medium items. I don't have that much money. I could go get a small non-weapon item from Lost and Found. A small non-weapon item does make sense because it would be pretty easy to field after I level up. Lighter. I like the lighter. 3 bronze tier chocolate bars, Vermeer for crit skills, or Alia sells weapons. Alia sells weapons, but basically I'd have to look for exactly double barrel in the opening store to be particularly happy about it. I expect against most enemies I'll lose the first fight. I don't have enough ammunition in the double barrel to take an enemy out. So maybe it's 3 bronze tier chocolate bars because I can actually use those. Whereas the other 2 represent stuff that I just can't do. The burn from lighter being 1 every 3 seconds is going to be completely negligible. So the idea of taking the star chart off board to put lighter on doesn't really make that much sense. Yeah, I could put Stinger on. Realistically to me, Stinger seems like if I really don't think I'm going to win, I put Stinger on the far left and give it lifesteal. Because this will at least attack constantly. Whereas double barrel is going to run out of damage very quickly. A standard enemy is going to have 250 HP here. They could have significantly more than that. I think the only way I can actually win is if I win in the long game and the Stinger is just life-stealing all of the health back. Gosh, does that mean take the double barrel off board? Yeah, I think it does. I think it actually argues for putting the star chart between the Stinger and the lighter. The lighter isn't really doing anything here, but the lighter is only on board because I think, like, if I could put these 2 on board as well as the Stinger, I would, but I can't. Alright. I lose to most builds, let's be clear, and also Dually, which has scaling built in. But I don't think double barrel gets me there, and I think this has a possibility of doing it.
My fight isn't with you.
Really depends on what the enemy has picked up. If they have any burn gear, I'm dead. Yeah. Fiery, they have bomb squad. When you use an adjacent friend, this gains haste for 2 seconds. They've got the ignition core, 7 burn, and burn items to the right of this gain 1 burn for the fight. They have 280 HP, so I definitely couldn't win the fight by just hitting him in the face with a shotgun. Right? Let me confirm the shotgun was incapable. I just like to be certain of it if that's possible. So shotgun is 60 plus 4 triggers of 24. So yeah, 150 damage-ish. And then it caps out, and then I'm out of ammo entirely. So yeah, this was the only possibility of me winning. Even if it didn't do it, that's fine. I'm going to the Lost Crate. I really like gold and experience.
Waiting to be filled.
Get an aquatic item, I could definitely see value in. I could also definitely see value in getting to experience at this point. Seashell for every 5 seconds, shield 15 for each aquatic item you have. If I put the fishing rod on board, the fishing rod hastes the seashell, and the seashell is giving us some shield, which is nice. I really need something to replace this double barrel that I want to put in this build, especially something that doesn't rely on ammunition, or at least replenishes its own ammunition would be nice. I'm going to drop meditation here for the 2 experience. Oh, I was really hoping that was the docks. Snack time for 50 HP is not bad, but medium and large items call my name right now.
Small people. I love them all.
A lot of these could be quite transformative. We don't really have anything tying into poison at the moment, but pufferfish is nice. Pufferfish is nice to have because it gives you an out. When you haste poison 1, says pufferfish. I'm going to take pufferfish and roll. There's the weather glass. Oh, there's port as well. Oh boy. Okay, I have to choose what kind of gamer I am right now. So there's the possibility of selling a lot of things just to take port. There's the possibility of... because the Stinger has a slow trigger, so I could put Stinger, Weather Glass, Lighter, and Pufferfish all on the board, and then the Weather Glass will have 4 multicast. With 4 multicast on a Weather Glass at this point in time, I feel like we really get to dictate fights. Port gives us a lot more power that we're capable of generating over the course of the long game, because the port is capable of giving us items outside of our class, and there's also a bunch of items that we can deeply exploit with the port, things like the energy potion, permahaste, perhaps. I'm going to take the weather glass because I have done port, and I know that I can do weather glass, and I have so much towards it right now. So accomplishing that weather glass. I'm getting rid of the double barrel, so that's 2. Another 2 from Seashell Sale. And then I need to free up 1. Gosh, am I getting rid of the fishing rod to do this? I suspect so. There goes the fishing rod.
Don't you have anything smaller?
There goes the seashell. I'll take the...
Where's Mitchworth? Oh, did he see me close a deal?
I'll take the weather glass. There we go. We've got our weather glass with the 4 full. I'd have to sell 3 gold worth more to pick up the double barrel for its upgrade. I'm just going to try and move away from the double barrel. I think it was just an opening pick. Rogue Scrapper. Rogue Scrapper does have a lot of health. But I do a lot of burn and poison. If I had anything increasing the burn or poison on the weather glass, I'd be much more aggressive here. Tent City Mare doesn't have almost anything we want. Coconut Crab also is in that same position. Realistically, I just want to beat whatever I can beat. I can definitely beat Tent City Mare. I probably beat Rogue Scrapper, but I don't know it yet. I'm gonna fight the Tensity Mare. I can't give up experience right now. Like, the lighter is currently doing nothing on board. The pufferfish is currently doing nothing on board, except for contributing towards the size of the weather glass. So while the weather glass is huge, look at what it is currently doing to the enemy. I couldn't have... I'm a lot more confident now, having watched it, you know, resolve 3 times and the enemy is dead by the end of it.
We barely got our flags up.
Temporary shelter. Every 6 seconds, shield 30. When you sell a small item, increase the shield of this by 10. Strange mushrooms, eh? There's also middle selling medium items. There are medium items I care about. Pufferfish, weatherglass. Weatherglass is not common. Like, this is a silver on day 2. This shouldn't... This was unlikely. I'm gonna go take a skill, actually. Thank you. Final dose. Your rightmost poison item has +2 poison. I mean, I'll put that on the weatherglass instead, but thank you. Leftmost ammo item has more. Get an ammo item. Your leftmost damage item has more. Get a friend. Friend is most likely to be relevant to this board state. And it's a pufferfish. What I really want right now is an astrolabe. Astrolabe would replace the star chart as my tool that's capable of working the docks, but also Astrolabe says when you use another item, haste both it and the Astrolabe. So the 4 uses of Weatherglass would trigger itself and the Astrolabe, each 4 times for haste, keeping the Weatherglass permanently hasted, and also getting a bunch of pufferfish triggers. It's real nice. Curio sells bronze tier junk items. I have some money. I can definitely afford to look at some bronze tier junk. And it's worth noting, there's a lot of stuff in here that isn't junk. For instance, Salamander Pup. When you sell this, your leftmost burn item gets +3 burn. That's huge.
Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
I will be giving it to the Weatherglass. Just courtesy of the fact that the Weatherglass is going to be attacking so much more commonly that it really should go on that. The lighter is ultimately probably going to stay on this board. So the lighter does want burn itself as well. But the Weatherglass activates 4 times every 6 seconds for an average of every activation being 1.5 seconds apart, whereas the lighter is activating every 3 seconds, so it applies twice as much to be on the weather. I gotta say, I could replace lighter right now with Magma Cove. Magma Core, rather. The start of the fight, burn 6. I'd have no problem doing that. We sell Salamander Pup here. I'm definitely still looking to roll. I don't want to add damage to the Proboscis. When you slow, deal 3 damage. That would inherit the damage of left-handed? I'm just gonna hold that.
Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
I don't think it goes on board yet, but I do want to hold that. I will be selling the temporary shelter so that I can look through another board. 2 experience for a 2 gold for a single experience. I do think it's still worth it. There's poison in the extract. Love to see that. There's also makeshift barricade. Every 6 seconds, slow 1 item for 1 second. After you sell this, your leftmost slow item gets +1 slow. I do really like that. There's also even Shadowed Cloak. When you use the item to the right of this, haste it for a second if it's a weapon. That's not really relevant, but the Weatherglass would be triggering haste effects for the sake of the pufferfish then. Definitely taking the extracts. The extract will want to go on the pufferfish, definitely. The pufferfish is ultimately going to be where all of our poison's going to live. I can sell the Vial of Blood. I can sell the double barrel. You know what? This is a weird interim play. Do I put Shadowed Cloak on the field? I'm gonna do it. When you use the item to the right of this, the weather glass, haste it for a second, so it'll get 4 triggers of haste for the sake of speeding up the pufferfish, giving it 4 triggers against the enemy, and then also the weather glass is going to activate again very, very fast. I think this is right. I think as soon as I get the weather glass to activate for the second time, I basically win that fight. It's not guaranteed, but it's a very strong position to be in.
Go ahead. Underestimate me.
I would definitely say I'm favored.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
That's a lot of damage. Well, I got some burn and poison on them before I died, which was nice. That's a lot of damage on board. That's a very synergistic board.
Another round.
Middle sells medium items.
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you.
There's a reasonable amount of hits here. Rifle, when you use this, reload at 1 ammo if it's your only weapon. If I didn't have Stinger as my only slowing item on the board, maybe I'd do that. I'm gonna take the roll here. There's dock lines. Slow 2 items for 4 seconds. That's what I want. How do I get it? It costs 8. So I sell Star Chart, Shadowed Cloak. Do I really want to be using the... Oh, it's so much money to get into this build. I have to sell Star Chart, Shadowed Cloak to get 6. And then I have to... I definitely need to keep Pufferfish. I need to keep Proboscis. I need to keep Weatherglass. Like, am I losing Lighter and Stinger? I think so.
Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
Okay, so we lost a multicast on Weatherglass. However, we're now building towards a slow build, which is to say we're going to be trying to get the Proboscis to do damage. Small shield item, chocolate bars. Let's get a small shield item, something I can field. Seashell, love it. Scout Trooper does have a skill that I would care about. Scout Trooper has Rust. No, Scout Trooper doesn't have Rust. I'm thinking of a different character. Scout Trooper actually has nothing except for a grappling hook for slow. Yeah, grappling hook for slow that I care about. Rogue Scrapper has Rust. That's who I'm thinking of. Rust is a skill that, at the start of the fight, slows an item for 3 seconds. There's also the Dabbling Apprentice here. The Dabbling Apprentice doesn't have anything I find especially interesting. I'm going to take the Rogue Scrapper. Largely because I don't think I would necessarily beat the Scout Trooper, whereas I'm pretty confident in beating Rogue Scrapper.
Was that even a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
Junkyard Repair Bot is here
Waiting to be filled.
to put some healing on our board. Leftmost ammo item, no. Get ammo items, no. Gimme 2 citrus, 2 coconut right now. I'll gain 2 regen and 20 max HP. Still need to regenerate some of our resources here, so I'll return the crate for HP. Kina sells non-weapon items. Kina. There's our burn tools back, as well as ambergris. If I wanted to sell the junkyard repair bot. I gotta be honest, I'd probably take pop snappers over lighter. In this position. And now I wonder if I roll. Ambergris is not a lot of shielding. Sorry, it contributes to 15 shielding from the seashell because it's an aquatic item. It's not a lot of healing. It'll get 15 healing from a junkyard repair bot sold. when it's on field. 15 healing every 6 seconds? Maybe that's enough for me right now. I'm gonna roll. Harpoon, destroy a small item. There's also Sextant when you haste, and Silencer, the weapon to the left of this, has plus 10 damage. You know, because it's funny and I can't afford it, I'm gonna give that to the Proboscis. There we go, now do 37 damage every time we slow. We have 2 slow triggers on the dock lines every 4 seconds, which admittedly is slow. I really need to get... Instead of Seashell and Silencer, I would love to have an Astrolabe on the board so that the dock lines is activating every 2 seconds. That would be great. Upgraded Astrolabe, like a gold tier Astrolabe, would get us very comfortably back within Perma Haste realm.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
Are you sure?
Whoa, get him.
Have you noticed I'm huge?
Ooh, start of the fight. Haste the weapon 3 seconds. So the golf club is going to attack me before the healing triggers go off. That's pretty nice. Thanks, buddy. We're slowing a couple of our enemy items. Slowing the weights is pretty good for us. That's a lot of the enemy scaling at the moment. Getting some good poisons stacked up from the Weatherglass. I should definitely rotate the Pufferfish and the Weatherglass at the moment. The Pufferfish is the right choice of Final Dose when I have haste on the board. But because I no longer have the Shadowed Cloak, I might as well just get the damage on the right unit. Sells item with the high chance of upgrades. Sells Silver Tier skills. The problem with Silver Tier skills right now is I can't afford them. I'd have to sell something, and I could definitely sell the Silencer to pick up a Silver Tier skill. Okay, we'll look at Argenta. Yeah, I was wondering if I would get something like that. First time you use a large item each fight, haste adjacent items for 4 seconds. No, we don't really have trigger for that. First time you use a large item each fight. Again, same. And then there's Gunner. Your items have +1 max ammo. I kind of want to take the +1 max ammo to open up some possibilities. I'm going to sell the Silencer, take Gunner. So the possibility set that I'm trying to open myself to with this pick is if I have Gunner, suddenly a lot of the potions that are usually only 1 potion by themselves, suddenly there are 2 triggers of them, and especially the haste potion that gives all of your items 4 seconds of haste. If I can get that to trigger twice, the fight's probably over before my haste runs out. Kina, eating contests. 50 max HP is still pretty relevant at this point. I don't want to borrow. Borrowing is hard. So Hydro Dude is an option to pick up Illuso Ray as a slowing item, which would be nice. We could also pick up Electric Eels. When your enemy uses a non-weapon item, slow it for a second with a Proboscis on board. I've seen a friend has done something like that recently. Boiler Room Brawler. When you haste shield 10, there's the hammer, there's the wrench, there's the energy potion in the Boiler Room Brawler. Okay, never mind. Boiler Room Brawler it is.
Gonna knock some
There's so many hits here that are insane. Give me time to tinker when you haste shield 10. Give me the when you level up, if you have at least 3 tools, upgrade the item to the left of this, the hammer, that'd be great. Wrench at the start of the day, upgraded tool. Weatherglass and dock lines are both tools. That'd be great for me. There's also the energy potion, which I was just talking about, and also prospectively picked up Gunner, just in case I happen to get.
You're tougher than you look.
Fingers crossed I do. Come on. Hey. Multi-tool. Every 4 seconds, haste another item for 2 seconds, and slow an item for 2 seconds.
Place to store the rest of the tyrant's gold.
Admittedly, it's a haste trigger, so it's Pufferfish. And it's a slow trigger, so it's Proboscis. It's not bad in this build. It's just not the world's best, and the world's best was possible. We could have had that as an outcome, unfortunately. Malafang sells burn skills. I'm gonna go there. I really, really, really need to see something. Like hotspot. When you use your leftmost item, burn 2. Your rightmost item has +6 burn. Ooh, that's good as well. This is more individual triggers of burn occurring, but burn doesn't trigger anything for me. It just does damage to the enemy. Whereas Final Flame is a lot more burn actually occurring to the enemy in the time. That definitely goes on the far right there. Final Flame is huge here. We're definitely taking Final Flame. It's about what I sell to get it. I'm selling Junkyard Repair Bot. Paul sells large items, and there is a hit there, and specifically the hit is Trebuchet. Gives me the ability to tie a burn build and a haste build together. But I don't want to go there. Number one, I probably couldn't afford it at the moment. Like, that's the big reason not to do it. But also, I just got a higher individual burn count on the weather glass rather than more burn triggers. More burn triggers would have been a lot better for the haste Trebuchet build. I will say, as soon as I get the tool that is Astrolabe, I no longer need Trebuchet. And in fact, Trebuchet is 3 size and Astrolabe is 2 size. So I probably prefer that over Trebuchet. Small aquatic item here for us so that we can get something for free. It's a piranha. It'll sell for 1. Oh boy. We don't have many hastes occurring on our board. We have a single one from the multi-tool, so that's the pufferfish trigger. But realistically, the damage is all in the weather glass.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Ooh, this looks good. First Aiden when you haste heal 5. Oh, that's the ignition core, not the friend's haste core. I imagine probably called the companion core. Woof. I've got a lot of burn and a lot of poison on the enemy, but this combat core is getting real big. Oh, we got there. Phew. That was pretty close.
I paint my ship red, but I don't use.
Yay! The docks! Wait a second. Never mind. I'm pretty sad about the docks. I'm gonna go here and gain 2 gold and a tool. Battery! Charge the item to the left of this 1 second. Battery is a lot better on its higher levels, but it's good to see you in the first place anyway. Take a loss crate. Again, 2 gold, 1 experience, thank you. Flame Juggler. Flame Juggler is very fast. For a build that has no real defense, maybe that's actually not our pickup. Maybe Gorgon Nobel. Yeah, let's go Gorgon Noble, try and buff up our poison. I imagine I can beat her because I will have a lot of burn and poison stacked on her. By the time she gets to half HP, which is where she triggers Petrifying Gaze and freezes all of our items for a second, by the time she gets there, we should already have all of the DOTs on her that will win the fight. So as soon as she slows us down, we've already won. Yeah, that'll do it.
Like to work for us?
What are you offering?
It's over already. We barely got our flags up.
Basilisk Fang. Every 3 seconds deal 10 damage. When you poison, this gains 10% crit chance for the fight and has lifesteal. It's worth putting on board. It's more health than the seashell's going to give us. I can upgrade an item right now. I'm just going to check. Basilisk Fang. Okay, Basilisk Fang. It would get 10 more damage, and also when I poison, it would gain 20% crit chance for the fight. So it very quickly gets to stupid numbers of crit chance. But also, after the Weather Hourglass goes off for the first time, the... I don't know. It doesn't feel like a good upgrade for us. Proboscis? How well do you go? It literally increases 3 damage each level. Definitely not worth leveling that up. I'm gonna do it. Let's upgrade the Basilisk Fang. Let's give it the chance to crit the enemy for me. Get some chocolate bars. Now I'm definitely in the game of getting as much max HP as possible. So I'm gonna get 5 gold tier chocolate bars. Colt sells ammo items. Middle sells medium items. There's the astrolabe. We got it.
Bring it back. I want you to be happy.
I'm taking my multi-tool off of the field, and I'm so sorry, but I'm taking the proboscis off the field because I'm giving the damage instead to the Basilisk Fang now. And now, with the astrolabe on the field, I have more haste triggers than I have weatherglass triggers, so the pufferfish is the one that's going to want to inherit the additional poison from final dose. The dock line is here largely to try and slow down enemies while I do things. Also, it is a, slow trigger for the weatherglass. This seems great. At this time, when the weatherglass goes off for the first time, I'm gonna get 4 triggers of poison from the weatherglass. I'll also get 8 triggers of poison from pufferfish, as the astrolabe is going to give out 4 instances of 2 haste triggers. So yeah, the Basilisk Fang is very quickly going to get to above 20% crit. Sorry, above 100% crit chance. If I can make it benefit from being above 100% crit chance, we might actually be able to get something really weird going on here. I'm thinking of the item Swashbuckler, which says adjacent items have plus 50% crit or something wild like that, as well as adjacent items have additional damage, healing, or shield equal to their crit. I think that would turn the Basilisk into a powerhouse.
Next time, boys, less blunder, more plunder.
Enemy had Star Chart and First Aid on the board. They had some haste going off. They had bullet time slowing me down. But ain't nothing gonna slow me. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride, actually. Is what I mean to say there. I'll also work as a navigator, pick up 6 gold and 2 experience. Your poison items gain 1 poison is definitely worthwhile at the moment. Your leftmost weapon gets 2 damage per level. Force amplifier. That could actually be good. Do I want to keep the Basilisk Fang on board? Because it crits, so it actually gets 28 out of this. And it life steals. Let's do it. Zephan Safari sells monster skills. Your weapons have additional damage equal to your income. At the start of the fight, slow an item for 3 seconds. Hard shell, the first time you fall below half health each fight, shield equal to 40%. Or aggressive. When you use a weapon, give it 4% crit chance for the fight. Okay, so Power Broker is entirely irrelevant. Rust is a slow trigger as soon as I enter combat, which... that's not bad. Hard Shell, I think, is probably the most transformative right now. In that it will keep me alive against things that are not, poison builds, like the Lich. Can I beat the Lich? The Lich gets so much poison so quickly, though. I also do a lot of poison. You know what? I think I can. I'm gonna get proven wrong here. I feel very embarrassed, but I think I can do it. I think we get enough haste triggers out of the astrolabe. Oh my god, it froze my weatherglass immediately. That's the nightmare scenario. Oh, that's literally the nightmare scenario. My weatherglass just went off. Now I'm going okay. The enemy's got a lot more poison on me. There's a big freeze. I'm dead. Damn it. Legitimately, if the weatherglass wasn't the opening freeze, I think we win that. But they were going to do an opening freeze, so... alas. Let's Go fetch for ourselves another 150 max HP from these golden chocolate bars. Drukon sells weapon skills, but I don't really have money right now. So I'm going to get 700 shield for the next fight and go up against Agrelos.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Ah. They have a final dose. They've got a hard shell. Relatively similar build, except they're using water wheel and aquatic items as their haste package. Sadly, seems like that's not enough.
Bravery without strength is a sword without a blade.
Work at the dock so you can earn some coin. Of course, that's the event we take. 6 gold to experience. Force amplifier again? Admittedly, yes. Over 10 damage, I'd give it 16. It doesn't need crit chance. Get an aquatic item. Aquatic items have their cooldowns reduced, or get a weapon. Definitely force amplifier again. Mountain pass. Isla. Utility box. I'm thinking we're looking at mountain pass and maybe fight here. Or at least try to fight. Escort the convoy. Treasure chest, we just get a free item. And it's chum, so it gives us another free item at least. Treasure turtle. Now, treasure turtle does have the genie's lamp, which is always really good. Also has some bags of jewels, which are nice. Has a skill called Hunker Down, which is basically hard shell. It's the same. Cosmic Rock, obviously significantly better for our cooldowns, and admittedly, that's probably the most important thing. If I could get a 12% cooldown reduction on Weather Glass, or it's probably not Basilisk Fang. I want Basilisk Fang to stay in this run, but I'm fighting uphill against my soul for it. Every other part of me knows that it shouldn't be on this board. Every other part of me knows that Battery should be standing next to Weather Glass or something like that. But I just want to see it succeed. It's so cool. I mean, every 3 seconds, it's a crit for 150 damage with lifesteal. That's pretty good. It's just, it needs to become more than that. That's its upper limit.
Spineless as a jellyfish.
Cosmic Amulet. When this game says give your item 3% crit chance for the fight. Not needed. Artisan Dunes, though. Craftsman at the Artisan Dunes offers a variety of ways to enhance your items. I'll be doubling the effects. Do I want to get 2 poison on Pufferfish? Or do I want to get 10 damage on the Basilisk Fang? Oh! You know what? Basilisk Fang. It's way more interesting. I'm going to try and make the Basilisk Fang stick. I'm going to try and keep it. We're up against a Foreman. This is just 6 gold to experience and a random pickup for us. This is great.
Was that even a battle? Maybe a skirmish.
Scrap, when you sell this, give your leftmost shield item plus 12 shield. I would love to upgrade the Astrolabe as soon as possible. Ooh, scavenge hunt for loot items. Force multiplier is only 9 damage. It gives the weapon, it gives damage to all weapons rather than twice your level in damage to one weapon. I would take the other one. I'm not taking this force multiplier though. However, I will definitely take scavenger hunt. Cooldown reduction would be my favorite thing. There it is in the feather. I'll take experience. I'll take burn increase on weather glass. I'll take 2 regeneration from the gland. I'll sell the... I'm not going to sell this scrap. Getting 12 additional shielding every 4 seconds from the Astrolabe... Well, actually, it'd be more common than that because the Astrolabe is often very hasted, so every 2 seconds isn't that huge. But if I can give a shielded modifier to another item, or get something that shields me on haste, or something like that, or something that's triggering much more commonly, Scrap will be a really good tool for getting that into a powerful position. Feather reducing the cooldown on the leftmost item by 4%. Honestly, I don't think that makes a difference in this next fight. I can get rid of this catfish, I don't need it. And I wonder if maybe I hold on to the feather. Because there is that tech that exists where you can put the knee brace on board, which increases the cooldown of everything by a second, and then you sell cooldown items, decreasing from a higher amount, and then when you take the knee brace off board, you end up with a faster item. I kind of want to play around that, but I also kind of want to hold the feather just so I know whether or not I'm going to be putting it into the Basilisk Fang or the Weather Glass. It should be Weather Glass. It definitely should be Weather Glass. Basilisk Fang literally just needs Swashbuckler or something next to it. It's Weather Glass. And I'll sell it now. We're up against Hero the Champ. So it looks like they've lost one more fight than me, and it looks like it may have even been yesterday. So, looks like they've been losing recently.
My fight isn't with you.
I expect I might win this.
You insist.
Got Gunner on board. Oh boy, they actually got their Ballista online. When you use an ammo item, this gains 1 multicast for the fight. And they've got a lot of ammo items given it multicast. Let's see how much damage I can do before it starts firing forever. My shielding from hard shell kicked in and really saved me there, actually. I don't think it saved me. I think I would have survived without it, but it was nice to see it. Quixel sells small and medium items. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for some upgrades. Jeet. Every 5 seconds, deal 10 damage and slow an item for 2 seconds. When you slow, this gains 10 damage for the fight. I do like the idea of running Jeet. I'm not doing it right now, though. Ice Pick. Freeze an item for a second. When you freeze, this gains 5 damage for the fight. Multi-tool has slow on it. Alright. I'm taking Ice Pick. It's literally just because it's a freeze trigger. And as long as I have a freeze trigger on board, the Weather Glass has another multicast, which is probably the most impactful thing that I can get. Beach Ball. Haste to aquatic items for 2 seconds. It itself is an aquatic item. I have no other aquatic items, though. Dock Lines is an aquatic item. Do I keep it for the possibility of Dock Lines? Do I take Powder Flask with the possibility of getting something I really want to reload? I don't think so. I don't think so on either of them. I think I want to keep my money dry. Small items in Andy, treasure chest. This is definitely, again, an eating contest. We do need a lot of HP here. So it's hard to turn down Joyful Jack because of equivalent exchange. Well, no, equivalent exchange says when you heal, poison one. If it said when you poison, heal one, that would be the one that I would take. Rapid Thaw, when your opponent freezes your items, reduce their cooldown by 1 second. Black Rose is nice. Black Rose, cooldown of 6 seconds, heal 30. When you poison, charge this for a second. I don't really think I have the ability to replace most of the things on the board, though. So instead, I'm looking at something like Oasis Guardian. Poison-related, says the Oasis Guardian. They have a sleeping potion for slowing enemy items. Not bad, but not really anything to write home about. And then finally, Dr. Vortex. Actually, Dr. Vortex is wild. Their skill would be the best for me. Neophiliac. The first time you freeze, burn, slow, poison, and haste each fight, charge an item for 2 seconds. Charge an item for 2 seconds. That's not even hasting it. That's charge. Gimme Neophiliac. Please, I love new things. Oh, if only I knew what that said. I mean, there's also the burn machine, large vehicle property tool. It burns, freezes, and slows.
See that plank?
Eh. Cog. Every 4 seconds, hasten Jason 9 for 2 seconds. Unfortunately, I can't put that on the board. Your leftmost weapon gets 2 damage per level. Yeah, force amplifier. Maybe there is a Basilisk Fang world. Maybe it exists. Orion sells tools. That's Astrolabe and Weatherglass. Quite narrowly targeted there. We have to go.
I've got everything you need to do anything you want.
Unfortunately, you really don't at the moment with this shovel, this grappling hook, and the powder flask. But why don't you impress me with a reroll? And you do indeed. Thank you for the Weatherglass upgrade.
When that comes in handy.
There's a lighter I don't care about. Finn's Big Bite. 5% of our HP is not bad at this point. 5% of our HP is 150.
My food is gonna make you unstoppable.
I'm gonna get regen as well. Try and keep us alive a little longer against the enemies who are constantly wailing on our face. How dare they? Don't they know what we've been through?
You should know. I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago. We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
Ooh, they've got an Astrolabe and Pufferfish build. They've got a Pufferfish with significantly more poison than I do. They've got a lot of haste triggers on their field as well, courtesy of the Astrolabe. Their poison is definitely stacking significantly higher than mine, but mine started faster than theirs. And also I have significantly more max HP.
Land legs make you predictable. You move in straight lines.
Monster skills, Urban Safari, thank you. Show me something unique.
Animals have skills they've been honing for eons.
Oh, wow. Cryo Mastery. When you freeze, your shield items gain 5 shield for the fight. That's nothing. What about Unwavering? When you use an item, shield 20. There's also the right tool. Your non-tool items have a +5 crit chance for each tool you have, and Flame Dancer, your burn items have +2 crit chance. Yeah, I'm taking Unwavering.
How she crouches before the strike. You can use that.
Bakun could sell Astrolabe or Weatherglass, admittedly. 10 regen is very appealing, though. I'm gonna go to Bakun. Give me an upgrade.
Acorns. Home.
I don't think Docklines can go back on board. I really want it to. Let me be very clear about that. I would love to put the Docklines back on board next to Astrolabe. Suddenly I'm slowing the enemy items consistently. Whoa! Yay! But I need to leave myself with the ability to roll and hit Weatherglass or Astrolabe or Pufferfish. And also, Docklines is 2 size to get slow on board, so I'd have to take multi-tool off, because that's my slow trigger at the moment, and another tool. So, do I take Basilisk Fang off? Do I take Ice Pick off? Am I losing a multicast on Weatherglass to get this online? I think there's ways that I don't have to compromise any of those. And I think if I roll right now, I'm still open to some good possibilities here. Life Preserver would be really, really nice if I could fit it, but I can't, so I won't. I'll leave.
Is it because I talk too slow?
It was. Ferris Khan. How much damage do you do at the moment, Ferris? So Ferris has that sniper rifle that does a bunch of damage. It's 100 by base. It's 130. It's 130 with 48 on top of that. It's 178. It's 178 times 5. And also dealing triple damage. So 178 times 5, let's just round that out to 200 to make the math easy, 1,000, and then triple damage, its cooldown is increased by... So it's 300 damage, 3,000 damage if these multipliers stack multiplicatively rather than additively. It's 3,000 damage on that shot, and it has a crit chance of 30%. So there's a 30% chance that I just die when that first shot goes off. I do gain a lot of shielding now out of Unwavering, but I don't think I gain 3,200 before the enemy fights me. Ugh, but Ferrous Khan also has the energy potion, which would be a great hit for us. And then there's also Roaming Isle, which doesn't really have anything I care about, the Roaming Isle right there. Oasis Guardian, pretty similar. Ugh, do I take the risk on Ferrous Khan? I'm gonna do it.
You know what happens next.
The reason I'm doing this... Yeah, Sniper Rifle was less than that. The reason I'm doing this is because if I can get the Basilisk Fang to actually be my run, I'm gonna be over the goddamn moon. Okay, we didn't get crit there, but I do think we lose to the next shot.
A lifetime.
Oh, but the next shot doesn't go out. We got him. Woo! Give me the weapon. Give me the... Give me. Oh, I said give me the weapon, and then they did.
Got our flags up.
They gave me the sniper rifle. I'm not interested in the sniper rifle at this point in time, thank you. But I am interested in upgrading the astrolabe. Upgrading the astrolabe is going to give it 2 seconds of haste to both itself and whatever triggers it, which should get everything into pretty much perma-haste now. If sell skills.
This will inspire the crew.
First time you slow each fight, freeze an item for 6 seconds. Love it.
My skills are not weapons. A blade can prune a garden.
Tox Clock sells haste, slow, and cooldown items. Star Chart, no thank you. Spyglass, no thank you. There's Jellyfish as well when using another aquatic item. This gains haste. Spyglass and Star Chart are both for giving crit to other items. They're not really relevant to this build in particular. I want things that benefit from crit on other items. Most of all. Javelin. Every 5 seconds, deal 300 damage. When you haste, reload it with an ammo. I'm not going to put that on this board. Silencer could give 30 damage to the Basilisk Fang, but again, I have to take something off board for it. Nope. I was really hoping for a pufferfish or an astrolabe there, or maybe another option that felt like it should shake something on my board. None of it does. Chitlins. Let's go.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend.
They've got 259 max health less than me? Is that what it was saying?
It makes this more fun.
Oh, double barrel shotgun. When they crit with a weapon, they poison for 4. I'm getting some shielding on the board. Oh, they've got a frost potion, freezing 2 items for 2 seconds, and they've got a port to reload that. Oh, that's a lot of freeze they're capable of putting on the board. Oh, they've got lifesteal on the shotgun as well. Okay, yeah, they win that. Of course they've got lifesteal on the shotgun. Toxic Crow's Nest.
Bring her about. I've got another salvo with me.
Wholesale's large items. I can't think of many large items I want at the moment. I'm going to take a small non-weapon item. Crit skills, Vermeer. I'm going to look at Vermeer because we do trigger a crit every 3 seconds. Your weapons have 8% crit chance. No, the first time you crit each fight, freeze an item for 6 seconds. That's great. Stun an enemy. Veteran Octopus. Hulking Experiment. Now, Hulking Experiment is a good pick here. Veteran Octopus, of course, is the pickup for the damage, right? Veteran Octopus also doesn't go in this build. None of their items do, so it's just down to 5 experience, 13 gold, which there's nothing to turn your nose up to there. However, Hulking Experiment has 2 copies of Rainbow Potion on the field, which is an item that says it burns, poisons, freezes, and slows, so I can take 3 items off the field and field just that. It also has Energy Potion. So it's definitely Hulking Experiment we want to find here. Give me Energy Potion, haste your items for 6 seconds, every 4 seconds. Give me Rainbow Potion. I don't even care if they run out of ammo, is the thing. They just need to trigger once or twice and then I'm happy. In fact, the Rainbow Potion doesn't need to trigger. It just needs to be on board so Weatherglass has full triggers. Come on.
Pathetic.
Yay!
Jellyfish.
Woo! Wee! I'm gonna take the 3 extremely weak items off a field that don't need to be there anymore, and we'll put the Rainbow Potion in its rightful place. I mean, Pufferfish still wants to stay here because I'm still getting a huge amount of haste triggers, so it's still doing a large amount of poison. So I don't need to remove my poison from the field as well. Basilisk Fang, you don't get hasted by anything else. So I'm going to put the cog next to you. You don't get hasted because the Astrolabe doesn't haste weapons. And then this battery, I'm going to put to the left side of the weather glass so that I can trigger that a little faster and a little more commonly. No pain, no gain. Don't care about that. Venomous could be relevant. We do need to increase the poison on Pufferfish. Force Multiplier is not the one I'm looking for. I want all of the damage. Yeah, we'll go Venomous. Nufu sell skills.
Have at least a grain of wisdom.
When you... Ooh. When you use a weapon, haste another weapon 2 seconds. Another means it can't target itself, which means I'd have to have 2 weapons on board for this to trigger at all, so no. Left-handed, that's 16 extra damage on my life-stealing critting weapon. That's not bad. Improvised protection. When you crit, your shield items gain 20 shield for the fight. It's not nothing. And especially if I do end up with shield triggers on something else, it could be really good, actually. There's also the possibility of rolling and just digging. And there are a lot of hits when digging. People aren't dying to the damage of the Basilisk Fang. This is just something I'm doing to entertain myself next to an incredible board. I've taken a short pause to think about it, and I think indeed I will. Purchase Improvised Protection. When you crit, your shield items gain 20 shield for the fight. Really? It's because if I get, yes.
The Bazaar is
It's not relevant yet. I'm gonna get 12 gold as well, gold equal to my level just to pass the while there, and then move into Eldorog. This character has already taken their Fates benefit as well, because they've been hit down to 0 prestige, so they're gonna have an enchantment on the board of some kind. Ooh, Chemical Fire. Oh, they got Icy Pufferfish! When you haste freeze an item for a second, that's the worst Pufferfish! Oh, that's the worst one! Yep. The haste build is going off, so my entire board is frozen. Oh no, if they beat me today, and they will, I'm gonna get an enchant. How dare you enchant me with an enchant?
No ball.
Time is an endless nap. Who are you again?
Enchant an item with burn effects. Whenever you use another non-weapon item, it and this gains haste. I'm pretty sure the Astrolabe doesn't have a text for whenever you use no. Its trigger condition is just using it. Which means Weatherglass, I could give this double burn, which is pretty relevant. That's a lot of damage that it's doing. Or I could give the Pufferfish the ability to burn on haste trigger, which is actually a lot more burn than the Weatherglass is capable of putting out. It just removes my ability to use this as a shielding item.
I won't fall. My people need me.
We got Lucon's weapon skills. Give me something. First time you use a large item each fight. Adjacent. Nope, don't have large items. When you slow. Yes, I do that. Once. Your weapons gain 3 damage for the fight. Right. Medium weapons upgrade. No, and yikes. Your shield items and weapons have 2 more for each aquatic. Honestly, I think these are so minimal impact that I'm gonna take none of them and leave. Well, he sells weapons. Obstacle course is a slow item. Let's go to the gumball machine. Gumball machine, give me strength. I can't believe they had an icy pufferfish. It's the worst. Okay, 3 additional damage on the Basilisk Fang. That's 6 additional damage when it crits, which all life steals, so, you know, it's all gravy, baby. Trash Titan. Do you also have a copy of the energy potion, Trash Titan? Golem. Oh, hang on, Trash Titan. It is Trash Titan. No, they don't. They do, however, have a heal equal to your enemy's poison, which is not a weapon. That'd be a nice tool to slot onto this board. I definitely have space for some stuff like that. Boss Harrow, entirely irrelevant. Yeah, actually, when any non-weapon item is used, slow it for 2 seconds. I don't want to slow all my own items, buddy, please. Volcus Enforcer, it's based around freeze triggers. I don't really do that many of those. I have one every so often from the Rainbow Potion, that's about it. Yeah, let's hit up this Trash Titan. Ooh, that sounded sopping wet. Octoplasm! Every 6 seconds, poison for 4, and then heal equal to the enemy's poison. The enemy's poison at the moment is like 160 somewhat into the fight. Yeah, it's like a bad Basilisk Fang.
Was that even a battle? Maybe a skirmish?
Venom, when you use an adjacent weapon, poison 1. Whoop. Yeah, that one's not, that's not happening. Leftmost weapon gets 2 damage per level, though. We take those. I'll absolutely give you 26 more damage, buddy. Good old Basilisk Fang there. That thing needs to be cut loose, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Like, I'm almost certain. I want to get to my 7th, please. Let's get some more max HP and Nufu cell skills, so we'll go to Nufu. When you use a large item for the first time, I mean, it's definitely standardized toxins because its medium poison items have +6 poison, and its fiery pufferfish and weatherglass both get targeted by that. Exposing toxins gives us the ability to, whenever we poison, increase crit chance by 2% for the fight, which is nice. It will eventually trigger improvised protection on everything, but standardized toxins will kill them before I even get benefit from the other one. Because I am concerned about the possibility this is my last fight anyway, I'm going to sell the scrap, which is going to make it now seem daft that I didn't sell it very long ago. To which I will say, yep. Yeah, fair point. No, you're right about that. Yeah, absolutely. That's not even be sarcastic, I'm just... that's sincerity. Mundo Man! You and I have the same record at this point.
It makes this more fun. You should know.
Let's see which of us will triumph in this instance, though. Oh, dear. What's that? Improvised weaponry. When you crit, your weapons gain damage for the fight, and you are critting, baby. I am very lucky that I have hard shell.
Another round.
I survived off the basis of that.
My ship red, but I don't use paint.
325 max HP, please. Slow more Lumbra. Sells slow skills. I want the one where when you use a tool, slow an item for 2 seconds. That's every trigger of the Weatherglass slowing an item for 2 seconds. Yes, it's sabotage. How do I afford it? I think I have to sell Cog. Actually, hilariously, Proboscis can go back on field. Oh, that's funny. I mean, Proboscis, maybe it will deal the damage more commonly than anything else. Because the Weatherglass is 5 triggers every 6 seconds. It's more damage on the Proboscis, even if it's not critting, whereas the Basilisk Fang would. Proboscis can't crit, of course. If I can find a way to increase the damage the Proboscis is doing every time I slow, that would suddenly get out of control here. I do think I have enough damage and speed to kill Lord Arkan. And also, Lord Arkan can give me a battery that I would really care about. It's that one. It's the diamond tier battery. Charges the item to the left of it 4 seconds, opposed to my battery's pitiful 1. You can see the Proboscis is going off constantly there. It's nice. It's doing well.
Waste of gunpowder.
Gatling gun, every 4 seconds deal 10 damage, reduce this item's cooldown by 10% for the fight. Force multiplier for both the Proboscis and the Basilisk Fang, maybe? I think I will take that, actually. Nufu style skills. I can...
Oh. You have great potential.
Most weapon has additional damage. When you use an item, your items gain plus 15% crit chance for the fight. It says building crescendo. I don't think that's actually that relevant. It gives the Weatherglass the ability to crit after the Weatherglass has gone off a couple of times. But, like, the Weatherglass critting, it's really that it triggers a bunch of haste triggers, and my passive triggers can't crit anyway. So either I take left-handed and I get 16 additional damage on the Proboscis, which is not awful. Or I roll. Which I'm going to roll. I'm looking for something bigger in impact than that. Oh, standardized toxins, 2 additional poison to my mediums. That's fine. There's also improvised toxins, just 3 additional to all of my poison. You have regeneration equal to half the poison of the enemy. I'd use that if I could, but I can't. So it's improved toxins for us.
As you draw breath, your training is not complete.
C4 sells ammo skills. There are some ammo skills I care about. When you use an ammo item slow, when you crit, reload. But I don't have that much money to dig, so I'm going to go for the obstacle course, picking up Clamourer. The crit scaling from improvised protection for Astrolabe isn't that big, because Astrolabe is still only activating every 4 seconds. Really what we want to get improvised to improve is a crit trigger that occurs on haste, which sadly we didn't get. Or at least didn't get yet. I'd happily change this to haste. That's a flagship doing 1,500 damage. Oh, and it's critting a lot of the time, so about 3,000 damage. Thankfully we froze it there, but I don't know if I get through this. That's a lot of damage. It's also life stealing, so the enemy's getting back to full HP consistently. I'm freezing okay, but I'm not healing, and they're dead. Okay, never mind. We got through it.
Bravery without strength is a sword without a blade.
Nufu sells skills, but how many times am I going to go to Nufu and see a diamond tier skill I can't pick up?
You must find the quiet within.
Ooh. Second degree burns. Your medium burn items gain +4 burn. That's huge. When you use an ammo item, burn 3, not that relevant. Non-weapon items have more crit chance. Yeah, second degree burns. These are the skills I wanted to pick up earlier. These are huge. I will take Force Multiplier again. Professor Wriggle sells poison skills. Ugh, I'd only be able to pick up something costing 6, though. Well, your slowest poison item has +5 poison. Actually, paralytic poison. The first time you poisoned an enemy, freeze an item for 4 seconds. Yep. Let me freeze enemies. Property Baron is not what I want. Property Baron is... value and properties and minimal items, not really that relevant. Boss Harrow, also, none of their items are that relevant to us. Okay, yeah, so it legitimately just comes down to I'm taking the Veteran Octopus here for stats. Not stats, sorry, for the rewards, for the money and the gold. The money and the gold? No, the experience and the, oh god, I was trying to think of a synonym for experience there. Failed. The experience and the memories. The experience and the EXP. Yeah.
It's over already.
Oh.
We barely got our flags up.
If you have only one medium item, reduces cooldown by 30%. It'd be nice if I could do that, but I can't do that. I need Fiery Pufferfish and Weatherglass and Astrolabe. They work together better than if I have to take 2 of them off the board to decrease the cooldown of Weatherglass. Gumballs, Kina sells non-weapon items. Let's have a look at these.
Leave with big bargains.
Harpoon. Destroy a small item every 6 seconds. I could definitely see a world where the goal is to take Proboscis and Battery back off board and just have a Harpoon so that I can get through some of these fights. I think it's not only a likely world, I think that's the world we live in. Harpoon is going to destroy 2 small items. That can be critical. Languid Dunes. Enchanted item with slow effects. There's Guardian's Gorge. Enchanted item with shield effects. That's for the fiery pufferfish if I want it. And it is, yeah. Especially with improvised protection. So we lose a lot of the fire that we're putting on enemies, unfortunately. But we gain a shield trigger. It still shows that it... Anyway, I imagine this is not burning anymore. You can only have one enchant on it at the time. That's probably a graphical glitch. Let's go get a temporary boost of some health. Alright, Jesper? What's happening on your board?
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Ooh. Defensive stance. When you use a weapon, your shield items gain plus 30 shield for the fight. And they're going to trigger busy bees because of my beehive going off consistently here. I killed 1 bee. The Harpoon killed the other bee. They now have no bees left. I'm not healing, but I'm also not poisoned. Well, I'm not poisoned much. So I get to stack a huge amount of poison on the enemy, and I get to take that fight. Yep, the Harpoon is exactly what I needed. I wasn't getting through that otherwise.
All cannon, no ball.
Security sensor for a shield item, and considering I don't have that much money, I do think shield item's what I'm looking for here. Life Preserver, first time you die, heal 1,200. Snack time for some HP. Ooh, temporary boost. Never mind, I'm not getting 400 HP until the end of the run. I'm getting 731. Because I either win at the end of this or I lose at the end of this. Trash Titan is not really relevant. So I could go Volcus just for the extra money and experience, and I think I should.
Target acquired. Engaging.
They managed to freeze my stuff for a while at the start of the fight, the Harpoon. Frost Potion manages to go off, freezing the Weather Glass as well, but then the Weather Glass triggers, and... oh boy. Every time the Basilisk Fang crits, the shielded pufferfish shields us for 20 more with each haste trigger, which is stupidly common. God, I wish I had the additional 14 for that from holding scrap. Ice Pick. Yeah, we had a version of that earlier on. Freezes an item, but it's not really what we're interested in. Leftmost ammo item. I'm gonna give Harpoon another ammo, I think. All-in sells gold tier skills, which thankfully I can afford those. Oh! When you use a non-weapon item, a weapon gains haste for a second. Thank you kindly. That's so many more haste triggers we're adding to the board. There's also Temporal Strike if you have only one weapon. When you use it, slow an item for 3 seconds. I don't need that. Slow target when you slow, increase your crit chance. Fine, but this is so many more haste triggers to the board. Nufu does sell skills, but oh, I can afford skills. I have things to sell. Quick Ignition. At the start of each fight, haste your burn items 2 seconds. Unfortunately, I can't afford that. That would be ideal. Because that would be the Weather Glass and the Rainbow Potion immediately getting hasted at the start of the fight, and then suddenly we go off so much faster than the enemies. Flurry of Blows, when you use a weapon, haste another weapon. There's also, first time your opponent falls below half health each fight, charge your items 3 seconds. I'm going to go Chemical Fire for increasing burn and poison values.
As long as you draw breath, your training is not complete.
Yeah, this is our build. So I'm gonna just quickly show, oh, weather glass and rainbow potion, super useful. And then what? I'm using a basilisk. I'm cycling between all of the thumbnails that I end up making. You know? All right. Alrighty then. That's fine.
You should know.
Oh
I'm
no,
a
they have
bit
more
of a
max HP
legend
than me.
on
That's rude.
Pelago.
How?
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh, I gotta activate quick here. Thank you for the shielding, but... Nope!
Paint my shit red.
Oh, we got gate kept from the top there, unfortunately. The enemy almost ran out of ammo.
Each bounty
The
gets
port
us
was very
closer
slow
to
there for them.
victory.
But unfortunately, they just happened to have it enough. If I had enough money to buy the poison, your burn items having haste at the start of the fight, I legitimately think I probably could have won that. With Rainbow Potion and Weather Glass going off significantly earlier and starting the queue, I actually think I could have taken that around. That was still a really good run despite it, though, I feel. We really managed to actually get value out of the Basilisk Fang. Sure, we didn't take it all the way to 10 wins, but we took it to 9. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna have to say that my name has been Rhapsody, and the name of the game has been the Bazaar, though. Ooh, 2 chests. Hey, and now that we've clicked past those, then I can say my name has been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Bazaar. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. Top left is a serious playlist for all my content of the Game Pass, present and future. YouTube recommendations down below, streaming past. Other names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsyPlays. And a brother thank you, and a special thanks this episode to Dyla. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.